It will go into, the 7 churches. We went through the 7 churches. And then there's a key word here, and is the what? And before the throne there was a sea of glass like unto crystal. And in the midst of the throne and round about throne there were 4 beasts full of eyes before and behind. And now I'll give you a hint. What does the beast represent from that standpoint? You have what? You have a lion, right? You have an oxen. You have a man, right? And what's the last one? A calf. All those things, right? So my thing is, we look at the beast represents the kingdoms that the one on the throne from Adam until the second coming will rule over. And that's God. And he rules over all those things. And if we go into it a little bit further, we think about the beast, we think about the false prophet. He said during these times, you know what I mean? How do you say it? The last, and what is it? Days, our last days or faithful days. You say something all the time that always gets me scared. This is our last days or something like that. Yeah, and so no, there's something more scary than that. The world going to end tomorrow. Yeah, you do. Don't worry about it. These are our last and whatchamacallit days. Last and evil days here on earth. And during those evil days, there become a what? A false prophet. A false prophet, which is one of the beasts to take us through all those things. You know what I mean? And then all those false prophets, right? And then we have one that we're trying to persecute the saints. That's why the false prophet is there, is to help the evil one or the dragon persecute the saints, right? So if we look at all those different things, from that standpoint, and we think about what is going to come, we're always worried about in this section of Revelation, well, the U.S. is not going to be in control. There's going to be one great country that takes over and everything else from that standpoint. And this goes back to my question, why is that important? Anybody? Why is that important? If we are Christians, do we care if it's Iran, if it's Iraq, if it's Russia, if it's China? That shouldn't be an important part, right? Because we know who is in control, who was here, who's to come, and all those different things. We spend a lot of time worrying about, well, who's going to, as the U.S., we talk, as the U.S. goes down, who's going to be in control? Who's going to be the next great nation? I don't care who's the next great nation, because there's only one throne for God to be on. And yes, we have to